Hi, I'm Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden, and you are watching Spin the Bottle, BraveWords. Yeah, absolutely.
Talk about Trooper?
Glug, glug, glug.
Because in Canada,
Gottle of gear.
It's like Mount Everest to even get a beer into the LCBO or into the liquor
I know.
stores in Canada.
I just went and visited one today, and I just went, what is this place? You know,
It's absolutely crazy.
And
It's the
yeah,
biggest monopoly in Canada.
yeah.
Congratulations to actually getting this.
It's taken us months and months to get it in there.
And what exactly is your role then? Are you the brewmaster? You're working with the brewmasters, though.
No,
right?
I am not a brewmaster. You know,
Sure.
I'm a brewmaster's fan.
Aren't we all?
But yeah, and when we originally came up with the idea we were going to do a beer, it was going to be called Trooper, and what was it going to taste like? And somebody had to figure it out.
Right.
So that person was me. Because nobody else was around, you know. Hey,
Sure,
you know,
got that short straw,
yeah,
right?
and so we did all these blind taste tests with different beers, and then the master brewer came down, and we had we had 2 or 3 sessions of blind taste testing and rating different beers. Mm-hmm. And I'd given him a list of beers that I thought were really good and why. And then we ended up with different ones that we liked, that we thought might go together. Then we got the hops down and made hop teas with all the various different types of hops. And I love that one and like that one, not quite so much. This is the one, I think, maybe with a little bit of that in it. And then the malt came down, and then we were like munching away at the malts, because the malt, the way you cook the malt is crucial to the end result. Right. And so now he's building up a picture of where we want to be at. And I've written some notes, and he goes, okay, it's got to the point now where I'm going to go and brew something.
Sweet.
And we'll brew, and I'll give you a shout when we're ready. So we went up there, and there were two brews that he'd done, and we went up to the brewery, went up to the big tank, pulled off a couple of pints, and tasted them, and I went, it's this one. Nice. And he went, okay. He said, so next point is you've got to take that brew and now reliably reproduce it. So he said, you kind of weaponize it, as it were, you know. So he says, right, so I'll take that now and I'll use that as the basis and the template for it. And the next thing was, it appears in a bottle. And we tried the bottle and we went, ooh, that's special. And then we got the cask version, and Trooper was born.
And how about 666?
666, the concept is, we discussed the concept of doing a kind of a hybrid that was almost like a Belgian ale, but with the DNA of an English ale. So effectively what we've done is we've upped the alcohol content to 6.6%, and put it in a smaller bottle. And because of the alcohol content goes up, it changes the balance and everything else of the beer. Sure. And suddenly it starts to be in the sort of Grimberg and Affligem sort of area. Not Left. Left tastes like it does because of the Belgian yeast that they use. That sort of peppery type aftertaste, which I love, by the way, but that it's quite distinct. Mm-hmm. to the Trooper stuff. But because we have a lot of citrus finish in Trooper, when you up the ante in terms of the alcohol, you still keep that little citrus finish in the background. And it does give it a little bit of that kind of Belgian thing. But we're up there now with the Belgian lagers in terms of the strength, but it's an ale.
Right, right.
and it tastes great. It really does. I was knocked out, you know, even though, you know, my because of the because of the chemo and the cancer treatment and all the rest of it. I mean, my taste buds were annihilated.
Right.
I lost all sense of taste completely, including my trousers, for yeah, I mean 3 months, which was kind of depressing.
I can imagine.
And it's coming back, most of it, but some of it's coming back slowly. And the bit that's interesting is sugar. Sugar, I can barely taste sugar, and I can't really taste lemon and orange hardly at all. It'll come back, you know. But when I first tasted, you know, beer, some beers that I used to I really loved, Fuller's ESB, for example, you know, I went, oh, it's disgusting, because the only bit of my taste that had come back was the burnt bit. So all I was tasting was the burnt back end of the beer. I wasn't tasting the caramels and the toffees and all the other wonderful bits. And then, of course, you go to lager, which is very sugary, and you don't realize how sugary it is until you can't taste sugar.
Right.
And then you go, this doesn't taste of anything, you know, and it probably does, but it's in association with the sugar that it tastes of something. So although it's not ideal, it's really interesting. I mean, I've learned to look at almost everything in a positive way, you know.
Well, I must say that when that announcement was made, the entire metal world just kind of like was aghast. It's like, no. Did you feel that? Did you feel that energy?
Oh yeah, I knew. I had a pretty good idea that was what was going to happen. We delayed the announcement until I'd actually finished my last radiation session.
Okay.
So I said to Rod, I do not want people coming outside my front door. I didn't know. I mean, they kind of didn't do it anyway, but you don't know how people are going to react, you know. And I said, I don't want people, you know, waiting outside the hospital, wailing and doing selfies. And I just, yeah, can you leave me alone and let me get on with this, and, you know, with my family and stuff. And when we've done it, when we've done it, when we've, you know,
redesign the bottle somehow.
When I've finished being zapped, you know, then you can tell everybody, because I'll just be sitting at home being miserable for the next 10 days after that, and then I'll be hopefully getting better. So it'll shorten the time that people are exposed to the, oh my God, right. Because 3 months later, I'll be able to, I hope, give them the good news.
Thank God for the good news.
Well, really, that
and
was.
How's your health now?
Yeah, it's okay. You know, I mean, it's not a weight loss program that I'd recommend, but you know, I mean, I started off at 75 kilos, fattened up before Christmas, and I finished up at 66 at the end of it.
Coincidentally.
Yeah, but at the end of a tour, I'm normally around about 70, 71 kilos.
Okay.
Right, and I'm probably up now around about 67, 68. You know, about the same weight I was when I was like 19. So as I say, I don't recommend it.
Drinking lots of beer.
I have to, right? Because it's hard work. I've got to put my weight back on, dude. You know, but no, I don't recommend it as a weight loss program. But hey, I'll take any advantage I can get. You know, you know, my energy levels are pretty good. I've got a full class 1 commercial flying, medical, back again, no restrictions, and you know. There's a few bits are still healing up. Salivary glands still coming back, but coming back quite strongly now. Mucous membranes that just quit for a while. So those are all important things for a singer, because you know, keep everything lubricated. Mm-hmm. I have had a bit of a yell, and you know, the larynx is unaffected. All the notes are all there.
Steve says you've never sounded better.
Well,
What was his quote?
no, the album sounds great. I was knocked out with the album and what Kevin did working with me there, but of course everything happened after that. The album was recorded before the diagnosis and everything, but again, you just it's really good we play that song. Always look on the bright side of life, and you just get very good. You just get very good at things like that for a period of time when something like this happens. So you sort of go, you need to keep your calorie intake up, and you can't eat solid food because you just can't. Right. So I went, you know what? I really love custard, and custard saved my ass.
Through a straw.
No, gulping it.
Gulping it.
No,
okay.
I couldn't. Straws hurt too much, but gulp it. Well, down went the custard, and yeah. So I had to wean myself. I was addicted to custard. At the end of this, full fat. I was addicted to custard, and look what you've done to me.
Best of luck with the Book of Souls.
Yeah.
And this monstrous 2006 tour
Yeah.
going on, and all these other hats that you're wearing. You're an incredible man. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Cheers.